Hello everyone, so what I want to do for this video is, well, I've had this idea for a little bit now, like for a few months. What I want to do is take two movesets that I've done in the past, do them again, but compare them to each other. For the first video in this potential new series on the channel, the two movesets I'm going to be using are the first Kamehameha themed moveset I did a while ago and the Galick Gun moveset. So I'll quickly go over the attacks in the Kamehameha moveset. We have for our four supers the Kamehameha boost, the bending Kamehameha, the ×10 version, and of course the classic normal Kamehameha. Two ultimates, the super and the perfect versions of the Kamehameha, Super Vegeta as a transformation and Dragon Burn as a evasive. And briefly gone over the attacks in the Galick Gun moveset, we've got for our four supers, Galick Cannon, Earth Splitting Galick Gun, Galick Beam Cannon, and the classic normal Galick Gun. Two ultimates, Super Galick Gun and Last Emperor, Super Vegeta as a transformation and Armored Boost as a evasive. Just a few notes before we go into damage testing. For my Galick Gun moveset, when I originally did it, I did run Last Emperor, and the reason being is because I just think it fits with like the purple beam. So again, that's just the reason why I picked it. I could have, I suppose, gone for Final Flash, but that's not really like a Galick Gun. Again, the only reason I went for Last Emperor is because I just think it personally fits. The Super Soul I'm running is the I Am Super Vegeta Super Soul. And if you don't know what that Super Soul does, it just boosts your key-based attacks when you become a Super Saiyan. And on the Kamehameha moveset, when I did it originally, I think I played with limitations on in playing matches so Super Souls wouldn't take effect, and I think at the time, the Super Soul I used, I think it was the Wiz one or maybe the Dragon Ball Super Future Trunks version, I'm not too sure, but for this video I did decide to replace that with the this is a real Kamehameha Super Soul. And what that does is, if you have it on, when you perform a Kamehameha super attack, not an ultimate, just a super attack, it will temporarily increase your key based attacks, and the buff only lasts for a few seconds, but you can keep using it over and over again as long as you use a Kamehameha super attack. And one last thing, these are my stats. I am now level 95. I did decide to use the Dragon Balls to reset my stats. I know this doesn't really favour Key Blast Supers in any way at all, but just keep that in mind. And with that being said, let's get into the damage testing. So I'm not going to go over every single attack here, you can see on the screen, but there are a few attacks I do want to go over just because I think they are quite interesting. The Kamehameha, not charged at all, will deal 2,726 damage, whereas the Galick Gun, not charged, will only deal 1,167 damage. Now that may be because I'm using this is a real Kamehameha Super Soul, but if we look at how much damage the Kamehameha does, if you're using Super Vegeta 2 and you charge it up fully, it deals 3,271 damage, whereas if you use the fully charged Galick Gun, it will deal 3,793 damage. So the Galick Gun fully charged will deal roughly just over 500 more damage than the fully charged Kamehameha. So basically, if you want to try and hit someone with like a bit of a surprise attack, then just go for a quick Kamehameha. But if you maybe broken their stamina or you think you can hit them with a fully charged attack, Galick Gun would definitely be the better option here. I also found it peculiar that in addition to the fully charged Galick Gun, the Earth Splitting Galick Gun and the fully charged Galick Beam Cannon all deal exactly 3,793 damage. Now, if you want to use a super attack that will just completely destroy every other super attack in both these movesets, then the ×10 Kamehameha is definitely the way to go. Using it just as fast as possible so you're not charging it at all, it does just under 4,000 damage at 3,935 damage. But if you do charge up to maximum, it will do, surprisingly enough, 6,666 damage. Downside to this, however, is that the ×10 Kamehameha does take quite a long time to fully charge, and it does take 2 bars of ki, but that's kind of to be expected. I mean, if you get your opponent in the triangle stamina break and you've only got 2 bars of ki or just under 3 bars, then going for the ×10 version may actually be a better choice because, you know, like I already said, it'll do 6,666 damage, whereas the Super Kamehameha, which is an ultimate and takes 3 bars of ki to use, will deal 7,749 damage. Now, yes, it is like what, 1,100 and something, 20 something more damage that the Super Kamehameha will inflict, but I mean, just the ×10 version with the Super Soul and Super Vegeta 2, it's quite powerful, let's be fair. Going over the rest of the ultimates, Perfect Kamehameha inflicts 8,149 damage, but it is quite slow for what it is. It does require 4 bars of ki, but the upside to that is that you can't block it, so it could be quite useful. Super Galick Gun, not charged at all, will deal 5,834 damage, but if you fully charge it, it will deal an insane 10,493 damage. Dash Emperor, you can only use it once per fight, and that's when you have flashing red health. It takes no key to use, or stamina, or of course health, but it only deals 4,685 damage, surprising enough. I would have thought it would have been a bit higher than that, but oh well. So that being said, let's go into a few fights online and see how these movesets perform compared to each other. Going to the first fight, I will be using the Kamehameha moveset for the first battle, and I think the next one will be the Galick Gun moveset, and then, you know, same thing for the third and fourth battle. But I am level 95, as you already saw. This guy is level 90 and he's picked, not really surprised he's picked this character, but he's picked Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. I could have made the Kamehameha moveset just like extremely overpowered. Like I did like that, I think it was the Super Saiyan 5 moveset a while ago, and I used the Super and the final versions of the Kamehameha, which, you know, it does take like what, 8 bars of key to use both of those at like, well, one after another. But yeah, I mean, like if you get a stamina break and use that combo, like final Kamehameha and Super, you'll just destroy your opponent. Like I could have done that and made, you know, just this completely unfair, but I wanted to use the movesets that I used because, you know, then the first movesets that I actually made of both these attacks, if that makes sense. So there I go for Dragon Burn. I did try and go for a stamina break, didn't work, but I do get a perfect block up there which broke his guard. Go for the triangle stamina break, and then I'll go for the perfect Kamehameha. Nothing he could do there. I think he may have gone for instant transmission or sudden death beam, or even maybe divine retribution now. I think I saw him like flash, I'm not too sure. So I've got just under 3 bars of stamina. Well, now I've got just under 4. I'm thinking if I vanish, then he goes for a stamina break. He could get me in divine lasso probably twice, because he's got like what? Well, he's got over 6 bars of key. Like that's for sure. So I think, okay, I need to be really careful here. He goes for another divine retribution. Didn't hit me because I was still on the floor, so I'm thinking, hey, I'm not going to complain. Wasted 1 bar of key there. It's good for me. Get him in the square stamina break and go for a very fast ×10 Kamehameha. So you may have noticed in that fight, I don't think I used the normal Kamehameha, but I know for a fact I did. I don't think I did anyway. I don't think I used the bending Kamehameha, which was, you know, quite a shame because it is a very fun attack, but I mean, in terms of damage, it's not the best for what that moveset is, but I mean, look, let's be fair, it is a gimmick, like, there's nothing else to it. So this guy's level 81, he's got, I think, the normal supernova, so it's just like the freezer supernova, and angry explosion. So I was thinking, okay, I know you can prolong angry explosion depending on how much key you have, basically like super key explosion, or if you've got lots of stamina, it's like final explosion. But I've noticed he's got like, what, 4 and maybe a quarter bar of stamina, of stamina rather, not key, 4 and a quarter bars of stamina. So I'm thinking, okay, he's obviously going to try and go for a, you know, like this right here. I did try and perfect block it, and then I moved out of the way thinking, oh, it's not going to reach that far, but no, it did. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't really want to use Last Emperor because you do need to have, like I've already said, like flashing red health, and I'm almost there. Like, he did get me in the angry explosion, and I did just, you know, I could have used what's my evasive? Armored boost, yeah, that's it. Like I thought it was Dragon Ball, but that's on the other one. I could have used armored boost to completely protect myself, but I figured, you know what? Maybe I should just go for, well, I should maybe just let him hit me with it, just to see if I can actually get to flashing red health, then to use it. So, I mean, it could be quite useful to use because look at this. You can only use it once per fight. It takes no key, stamina, or health to use. I mean, right here, I go for it. Yeah, it doesn't defeat him, surprisingly enough. So I go for a very fast Super Galick Gun. He runs into it, so I'm thinking, I can't help you there. Like, you just defeated yourself, basically. But with Last Emperor, like, if they scan your moveset and they say, oh, he's got loads of Galick Gun attacks, they may think that you're maybe running something else. Or maybe if they don't even scan your moveset and they see that you're using a few Galick Gun attacks, then, you know, they may just think that you've only got Super Galick Gun as your ultimate. So it could become some sort of element of surprise attack to some degree, I don't know. So next guy, this was a fun fight. Okay, so he's got no evasive, so I'm thinking, wow, why? Just why? Like, unless it's like quote-to-quote training, but I don't know. I think this is a Kamehameha moveset now. Yeah, it is. So, okay. I want to go for Super Vegeta 2 as soon as possible because, you know, it'll give me the bonus in ki, so I may as well. You know, that's for both these movesets. So, when I go for a Kamehameha super attack, it will activate the Super Soul. I'm just thinking, like, why is he not running an evasive? Like, there's no point not to unless you're trying to train yourself, in which case, I mean, each to their own, I guess. But for his 2 ultimates, he's running Dragon Fist, which isn't really a surprise. And, I mean, neither is his second ultimate, which is Emperor's Death Beam. I mean, just look at how much ki he has. Like, of course he's running Emperor's Death Beam. So there, what I've noticed is that when I go for a vanish, he will rarely go for the back air, he'll try to go for a back step, so I'm thinking, okay, if I can maybe set up some sort of anticipation Kamehameha, so that way I can, you know, like, right there I was expecting to vanish, in which case I would have gone for the back air, but I would have expected to back step, so I would have cancelled it and went for a Kamehameha, or maybe the bending version, or the times 10, I don't know. Yeah, he's on level 85 as well, so, I mean, he's quite good for, you know, given it's not running an evasive. So right there, he does go for the back air. I forgot what superstar he's running, but it's the one that doesn't, you know, stun you. Like, so my evasive is kind of pointless now. Like, I can't get him in my evasive, then go for a triangle stamina break to then hit him with perfect Kamehameha or the times 10 warp Kamehameha. Like right there, I hit him with the times 10 warp. It hits him, like the first hit hits him, but then he just messes up, so I'm thinking that's great, wonderful. So he's got no stamina here. I think I might go for stamina break, I'm not too sure. No, I went for the back of there thinking he might vanish, but he didn't have enough ki to. Here he goes for super mad dance, then in a moment he does something quite interesting. I mean, right there he goes for Darkness Twin Stone. I don't know why. I mean, it did no damage to me, like it did do damage, but it was like really minuscule, and he took like 1 bar of ki for him to actually use it. He also went for Dragon Fist, it didn't work. I went for Dragon Burn, and because he's super, so I forgot the name of it, he just didn't do anything, so I did waste 3 bars of stamina there, but he did break my guard as I went for a super Kamehameha, so right now I can't do anything. If he had waited to use Dragon Fist like now, that would have easily defeated me, or I just wouldn't be able to do anything to protect myself. I go for the swing kick there as he kind of glitches out. I'm expecting to go for the vanish there as soon as I had 2 bars of stamina, because, you know, it'd be like the common sense thing to do, and he did, so that's pretty good. Pretty good rather, wow. Break his guard here, go for the double stamina break, go for the super Kamehameha, and I think that's going to begin. Yes, it is. Again, I didn't really find an opportunity to use the bending Kamehameha, so I mean, again, it is a nice attack, but it's just a really gimmicky attack. Like, I just don't see, well, I mean, I guess there is some sort of use for it, but in that, you know, in those 2 fights, I just didn't really see an opportunity to use it. So final fight, I think, yes, final fight, I'm using the Carcane, wow, no, I'm using the Galick Gun moveset again. That guy then went for the times 4 Carcane Kamehameha. I kind of saw it coming. I did try and perfect block it, I completely failed, so I could have gone for Dragon Burn, but I've used like attacks like Dragon Burn, Absolute Zero, and Fake Blast in the past when someone's hit me with the times 4 Carcane Kamehameha, and it's protecting me for a little while, but then as I try to move out of the way, he just trusts me, so I'm thinking I may as well wait and just endure it and not waste 3 bars of stamina. And luckily, like, I think it did charge it up, but it didn't really hit me, so that's pretty good. So of course he's running times 4 Kamehameha Kamehameha and Serious Bomb. I think he's running Super Vegeta, yeah, Super Vegeta, and he's gone for Super Vegeta too, so I go for it as well. He's got Dirty Fireworks, or what's it called? I forgot what the real name of it's called, but he went for it there, so I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna want to use that combo where like you send your opponent flying back if you're Mao Sane, then go for oh, I keep forgetting the name of the, yeah, I keep forgetting like the official name is in Xenoverse 2. Flash Strike is it? I think, I'm not too sure. But he's also running the Big Bang Kamehameha, and naturally because he's a Super Saiyan, he'll be able to warp with that if he charges it up to maximum. Broke his guard there, and then I went for a very fast Super Galick Gun. I think it hit him, but like he just moved out of the way, even though his stamina was broken, something like that. That was a waste of 3 bars of ki there. That's great. Goes for a throw there. So this is the last fight. I mean, there he goes for another warp. Like he tries to go for a warp, Big Bang Kamehameha. I mean, he just wasn't going to do anything. I could just hit him, and I'll be fine. Get a perfect block off there. If that breaks his guard. Go for the triangle standing break, and I think I'll go for another very fast Super Galick Gun. Didn't work because he bounced off the floor. So I'm thinking, great, another 3 bars of ki wasted. So that sucks. But because this is the last fight in the video, it's almost over, I personally would prefer the Galick Gun moveset because, well, mostly for like a strategic value, I guess. I mean, with the Kamehameha moves there, with the perfect Kamehameha, you could kind of catch your opponent off guard with that, but if you use the Galick Gun moves there and you've got low health, you could try and catch them off guard even more with the Last Emperor, and maybe they'll be forced to panic evasive if they've got enough stamina to do so. I just like the strategic value of it, I guess. Plus with Super Galick Gun, if you use it as fast as possible, it will come quite sharp. Like it does like what, 5,000 and something damage, and if you fully charge it, it does like what, 10,000 or just over 10,000. So because of that, you could say it's kind of like 2 ultimates, but I don't know, it's just me. I mean, the times 10 Kamehameha warped is quite nice, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and with that being said, I'll see you next time.